Good morning, students. I am Jaya ma'am, and today we will study the chapter number 4 from your book, that is HTML3. Okay, so in the previous chapters we have seen that how you have added text headings to your web pages, and in this chapter we will be learning about how to insert an image in a web page. Now, as you can see in the activity, there are some pictures given, and each picture is been assigned to a group of students. Okay, now seeing the picture, suppose I talk about this picture. You see a lion and a rabbit. Okay, so you ask your friend to tell a story about this particular picture. They can narrate a story on their own. So here what we exactly mean to know is that how the picture help us to narrate things. Okay, the picture gives us a lot of idea to speak upon. Okay, similarly, if I talk about the story of Harry, hard work always pays. So you can see this particular diagrams or particular pictures, how it depicts that how we can narrate. If you are given some pictures and you are told to narrate a story of your own, so seeing the picture you can just tell a story on your own. So here, as you can see, that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, now if I give you a single picture of this and I tell you to tell about this picture, so you can see that there are two friends, and one is his best friend. The friend is advising his friend about so and so. So you can create a story of your own. So in this chapter we will be dealing with the image tag. You have learned about the break tag, the HTML tag, the body tag. Okay, so say under the same structure of HTML program, we inside the body tag we will be inserting another tag that is known as your image tag, img tag. Okay, it is an empty tag. Empty tag means already we have known that it does not have a closing tag or it does not have a end tag. Okay, and whenever a program in HTML is created, it is saved with the .html extension. Now you can see the next sentence, the image which is inserted in the web page is also saved as a separate image, separate file. What does that mean? That means suppose you are inserting a image into a web page, then that image is a separate file whose address you are storing it in your node in your program and save, and your program is saved with a different file. So your program will be in one file and your picture should be in another file. So that is two separate files. Okay, the next point says that the image of the web page are uploaded in a separate file that is loaded into the space created by the image element. So image element is, or image tag is used to insert images. Okay, then there are types of image files. So image files, whenever you see, if you can look into your mobile phone, and when you click up pictures, okay, or you download some pictures and go into the property of those pictures, you will see that those pictures are in the format, okay, .jpg, .gif and .png. So these are the types of file given to the image files. Okay, so these are the extension file name for image file. Okay, so coming to your next is your attributes of your image tag. There are two attributes, source and alt. Okay, so source means it is the location path of the image to be inserted, and alt means alternate text. Like suppose you in your web page you will write hello. When you click on hello, that particular image will be created. So this is an alternate text. You may give this attribute or you may not give it, but the main attribute for your image tag is your src or source tag. Okay, now let us do a program. Okay, now you know you have to write your program in your notepad. Okay, now let us start the program. let us write a program in HTML. So you know, first one is HTML, second one is what? It is head. Then next is what? Next, the title. Title, suppose I'll write image. In web page. Okay, then title end. So it is a non-empty tag. Okay, then next, after the title ends, then we will end the head. Then next we'll start a body tag. So whatever you see in the web page are always given inside the body tag. So let me just end the body, then end the HTML tag. Okay, so this is all about a structure. Is already you know about this structure, only we will be doing something in between the body tag. Okay, so now we will be using image img tag, and after img tag the attribute is source, scr. Okay, and scr source means it is the location. Okay, it tells the browser which image is to be displayed and where to find it. Okay, it shows the location. Here within double quote you have to give the address of the image. Okay, suppose in your computer wherever your image is stored, you can get that image here and you can store it here, and after it is stored you can see it in your browser. So here inside the source we have to give the path, okay, or the location of the image file that is to be inserted on your web page. Okay, so to do that, let me just go to somewhere in the computer or inside the picture. Suppose I have this picture as desert. Okay, so if you now you can see that I have chosen a picture desert inside my picture gallery. Okay, and if I right click over it and go to the property, okay, then you can see here the total address or the total path of the picture has been given. So let me copy it from here. So I'll select the whole thing, then I'll go to copy and go to my HTML file. Here I will just paste the location of the path. Okay, I have pasted. Okay, now after this I'll give a forward slash and then again check that what is the file name. The file name is desert. Okay, so I will copy it here, copy the file name, and you can see that the file extension is .jpg. So again I'll come back to my page, and here at the last after the tag you can see after the tag I have pasted desert.jpg. Okay, so this is the whole complete file name I have given. Okay, then again where I'll go to the file menu, save, and let me suppose save it inside standard 8. Here I'll give a file name as suppose j3 and store it as .html. Okay, then click on save button. Okay, so this is my file has been saved. Then what to do? I have to see my browser if the picture has come up or not. Now we have opened the browser and I press Ctrl O. Ctrl O is the shortcut for opening a file. So you can see here I have saved with the name J3. So I am clicking it and clicking in this open button. So you can see the picture of the desert is reflected in my web page, and you can also see that the title of the page, as we have given image in web page, is been reflected. Okay, now you can see it is a very big picture, but I want this picture to be a small one. Okay, because I have to write some text, other additional things. So what I'll do, again I'll go back to my notepad. Okay, and there you can see here the address is there. Here you can see the title, what is reflected here. Here after the address or source attribute, I have various other attribute like, okay, just a minute. You can see here some various optional attributes for the image tag has been given, like align values are top, bottom, middle, left and right. So if you want to bring your image at the top, so you will give the value as top. If you want your image to be at the right hand side of the web page, so you will specify the value as right. Similarly, according whatever alignment you want, you can give the value as top, bottom, middle, left, right. So let us check in our web page now. So here I am writing an attribute align. Okay, ALIGN. So align is equal to, I'll give within double quote. The values are always given within double quote. Suppose I give as left. Okay, so after every change you make to the file, you go and click it on save, and you can also see the shortcut is nothing but Control S. So under your file menu you go save is there, or from your keyboard you can also click on Control S. So I have saved this. Again I'll go to my browser, just right click here. When you right click over the browser, you can see that there is a reload button. Okay, when you click on reload, you can see that the image has shifted toward the left. You can see there is a lot of gap here. Okay, now the image has been shifted towards the left. Now again what I'll do, suppose this left value I'll change it to right. Let me see if it is working or not. RIGHT. So again I have made some changes. So I'll go to the file menu, click on save, then again I will go to the browser, then again I will click on right click over the browser and click on reload button. Now you can see that there is a gap in the left and the picture has been shifted to the right. Okay, similarly whatever attributes are there like top, bottom, middle, left, right, you can do it. Now what about the image? It is so big and I want to make it small. Okay, so let us do that. Now again after this right, after this again I'll give a space and then write height, HET, height. It is another attribute within double quote. Now let me give a value. Suppose I'll give 25. Okay, height is 25 and width is equal to, again within double quote, suppose I give suppose 30. Okay, so I've given a height as, so these are the attributes of the image tag. Okay, so again as I have made some necessary changes, again I will go to the save and file save, then again I'll go to my browser, then again I will reload it. Now you can see the image has become so tiny, but I want a bigger image. So what I'll go, again I knew that 25 is very small, so I'll suppose make it 100 and the width let me make it 150. Okay, so now again I will be saving it. Again I'll go here, you can see the image is very small here in the corner. Okay, so let me reload it. Can you see the image has grew up and it is at the right hand side. Now let me change the alignment a bit. Now let me make this alignment as middle. Okay, so again I have changed the value as middle, saved it, again went to my page, reloaded the page. Okay, now let me give another attribute, that is border. So border is equal to, it should be, suppose I give the border with, suppose I give 10, the value to be 10. Okay, then again I save it, go to my then reload it. Now you can see here that the picture is having a black border wherein I have given the value 10. Now if I change the value of the border to be, suppose I make it 20. Okay, then again I save it, and again I check it here by reloading in the web browser. So you can see that the particular border has thickened. Okay, the border has become thick enough. So depending on your choice, if I feel like I getting a thin border, then make your value of border to be very less, otherwise it should be according to your choice. Now check on this hands-on. Type the program given below and help your partner and match the things which are given here. Now you can see here the total program is written. Okay, the title has been given as learning to insert image, and here the image source and some file name .jpg has been given, and the alignment is left. Same program has been written, but here you can see that the alignment is right. Okay, so depending on the two picture, you have to say which program matches with the web page. Here it is left and here it is right. So of course you can see here the image is at the right hand side. So here this program is for this web page, and here as the alignment is left, so this program is for this web page. Clear? Now in the next page you have a program on this. Already we have done it by putting the attribute height, width and border and seeing the changes over it. Okay, so you can also make your necessary changes. Here it has given 300, so depending, we have seen that we have given 100, we have given 30, how small the image was looking on. Okay, so depending on your choice, you can also give your image size, height and width. Next topic is hyperlink. Okay, what are hyperlinks? Hyperlinks are nothing but, you must have seen when you browse over your net. Okay, you see a blue color text coming up, over which when you take your mouse pointer, okay, then it changes into a handle. Okay, it changes into this particular hand shape. Okay, now what does that mean? That means when you click over, you always have noticed that it takes you to another page. So hyperlinks are nothing but, these are the text or hyperlinked text that when on click, it can be in the form of text, it can be in the form of your image. Suppose you click on an image, it takes you to the another page. So you can see here it is written. From your observation we can comprehend that if we click on any option, it takes us to a different screen on television, a different window on desktop and a different, these are nothing but, this is talking about the menu. Suppose now if I talk about the computer, if I talk about this, so whenever you are clicking on these icons, these small icons, it is nothing. Whenever suppose I click on this particular computer, so it is just opening another page, so that means it is linking to another page. So similarly in that case also you have an activity hands-on wherein now all of you can use your phone, you can use your browser and you can type in the address bar DAV-CMC. Okay, when you go to this website, and you can just answer the following question. Like you can see here, look at the image in the center of the website. So when you open up the website, you have to see first what is that particular web browser is coming upon, and 5 small square below the image. Okay, click on them, and so this is an activity you have to do yourself. Okay, wherein you will be clicking on the browser DAV-CMC, and on the DAV-CMC page, after there will be a central image. Under that there are some small icons, so you will be clicking on each icon, and you will be telling, or whatever you observe you will be writing here. That means the first question, what happens when you click the image? So you just click and see. If I do it, then you will be not doing of your own. So I want you people to just search over it. Do your mouse pointer changes on clicking the image? Okay, does your mouse pointer changes on clicking the square? So there are different types of images, squares there. Okay, so what happens? You have to write your observation. Okay, you will see that some pointers are showing like this, some pointers are showing like this. So what happens when a pointer changes from this to this? So whenever there is an hyperlink, you will be shown, first of all, the your pointer will be in this form. So as soon as you take over a hyperlink, it changes from this sign to a hand sign. So when you click on, when this particular hand sign comes and you click on that particular text or images, then another page is opened up, or another web page is opened up. So this linking is nothing but called a hyperlink. Okay, now you can see that there is another question. Find out the number of hyperlinks present in the DAV-CMC website, and whatever number of hyperlinks are there, you have to write it and name them in the space here. Okay, and there is another question, using Google search or any search engine. I am giving you an task that write the search engine names. Okay, like Google is one of the search engine. What all search engine you know it, write it in your text copy and send it to me. Now here is a question, to search a slogan for Save Water. Open different website by clicking on, because whenever you give a word in the search button, okay, lot of websites will come up. So you have to write any 2 slogans of your choice in this particular box. Yeah. So you can see that as per the definition, a hyperlink is an underlined word or phrase, or sometimes of even a graphic image which has been linked to another